Hey man, make sure your sound is turned on. I'll give you a few seconds to check. Warning. Most guys do not have the guts to program the personal software to even understand what I'm about to say. But if you have the courage to really go for what you want, let me tell you, the secret of getting any woman to like you, love you, or do whatever you want her to do. What if you could be cool from the inside out, without having to act goofy or try hard, and effortlessly turn on amazing women while being the envy of other guys? Hey man, I'm David Tien, PhD, and as head of the largest dating skills academy in the world, featured in national and international media, having helped thousands of men around the globe, I've discovered one thing. Success with women is a complete mystery to most men. But I know for a fact, based on research you've probably never come across before, it wasn't a mystery to our forefathers 10,000 years ago. In fact, I'll bet that men who lived 10,000 years ago were far more natural with women than we are today on average. The funny thing is, it took me 10 long years of learning how to become successful with women in dating, and then teaching thousands of other men to do the same. And finally, I've realized that some rare information I've been given access to before I started had all the answers to the questions I was looking for, and probably what you're looking for too. I was surprised to find out that the 10,000-year-old secret works amazingly in bars, clubs, malls, city streets, and even the bedrooms of married couples. Listen carefully to this story I'm about to tell you, to learn the secret of how any man can unlock the masculine magnetism within himself. You see, I've discovered how modern society has repressed the natural power that is a man's birthright. What's important to you is that I've developed a way to unlock that magnetism inside of you that's ready and waiting to be activated, but has been repressed by society, so that you can attract and influence others naturally and effortlessly. See how quickly you can discover the secret hidden in the story that I'm about to tell you. Imagine, you're a young man living 10,000 years ago in a tribe with 50 others. In your tribe, there's a dominant, charismatic, powerful male leader. You admire and respect him, but also fear him. Every time you see him, you avert your gaze to avoid direct eye contact. Lately, you've noticed that you're thinking more and more about becoming a leader yourself. You can imagine being admired by others and being the one to lead the hunts for food. You've also noticed that your temper and emotions are becoming harder to control. Something seems to be happening inside of you that is making you more and more irritable. You've also noticed hair growing on your face and muscles growing on your body. One day, while you're walking alone in the trees, you see a familiar waterfall with a pond below. In the pond is a beautiful young woman you've admired for many years, bathing. For some reason, on this day, she appears different to you. Today, you have an unfamiliar feeling inside. At this moment, you feel an overwhelming desire to be with her in a way you don't understand. As you approach her, she turns and sees you. For a split second, all of time seems to freeze as you look into each other's eyes. It's in that moment you realize that she's feeling something too. You walk toward her and she walks towards you. You don't know what's about to happen, but you can feel something moving you forward, a drive that seems to be coming from deep within. And as you get closer to this beautiful being standing in front of you, she smiles and looks at your face. You reach a hand out to touch her arm. This time the touch feels very unusual. You breathe deeply. Your pulse begins to quicken. You can feel the hairs on your body stand up in waves. You're so focused on the action that's unfolding that you don't notice a rustling in the trees behind you. All at once, you sense the presence of others. You spin your head around to see who's behind you, and there stands the leader of your group, along with many other adults, including your mom and dad. An instinctive sense of fear strikes deep into your stomach. Your eyes widen and your throat becomes constricted and dry. You feel as if you're in great danger, even though you've done nothing wrong. The leader of your group is looking directly at you, with a look that makes you fear for your life. "The boy must die," he yells. Your mother runs to him, protesting, "No, he's just a boy. He's done nothing wrong." But her cries fall on deaf ears. The leader of your group, along with several other men, take you away from this beautiful girl and drag you into the forest. They blindfold you and take you to a hidden cave, a cave that you've only heard stories about. Over the next couple days, 4 other young men are brought to the prison-like cave as well. It seems as if all of you have been sentenced to death. The men from your group, including the leader, then come into the cave. They are painted with strange symbols on their faces and bodies. They look sternly at you and the other young men, and the leader says, "It is time for the boys to die." One by one, they take each of you and force you to eat some putrid vegetables. Next, they rub a sticky mixture of fruit pulp on all of you from head to toe. Then the painted men leave. You are alone with the others, all preparing to die in mortal fear. You hear the frightening sound of large logs being stacked across the front of the cave, sealing you and the other boys inside. At this moment, you realize that you are going to die, without ever knowing what would have happened with that beautiful girl you were with yesterday. You can feel the poison that the men gave you starting to take effect. Your stomach is beginning to hurt. As you become more and more afraid, your mind begins to create frightful nightmares you've never imagined before. You don't realize it, but in the mixture the men forced you to eat was a drug that is now taking over your mind. It's making the nightmares far worse than anything you could ever experience during normal sleep. As you and your friends begin to cry and scream with fear, you begin to notice strange sensations all over your body. You reach down and feel something moving on your skin. You realize that large ants have been attracted by the fruit on your body and are coming in large numbers to feast. You try to brush them away, but there are far too many of them. It seems like the more you swat at them, the more they tear away at your flesh. And this is just the beginning. After what seems like weeks of this insane torture, you begin to realize that you are probably dead. You and the other boys have cried and screamed for so long, and the ants have eaten so much of you, that there is no chance that you're alive. But a hand pulls you up by the arm and wakes you. You open your eyes, and there is the leader of your group, pulling you up, standing over you, his face painted with a new and different design. Am I dead, you ask? Yes, he says. The boy is dead, and the man will now live. He explains that, in actuality, only one night had passed, but the drugs made it seem much longer. Over the next several days, the men initiate you into manhood. You are taught the secrets and qualities of being a man, and you are tested severely. When you are finally brought back to the main group to live, your mother acts differently towards you. Instead of opening her arms to you, she seems to be staying away. You are told that you will no longer sleep in the house with your mother. You will be living with the men now. Over the next several years, you are taught how to live as a man, how to take care of yourself and your group, and how to use your natural talents to attract a woman and live a fulfilled life. Were you able to find the secret? If you missed it, fear not. It's not easy to spot, both in the story and in the real world where you can use it to meet and attract the women that you want. But now, I'd like to spell it out for you and show you how you can use it to dramatically improve your success with women, starting immediately. Before I get to that in just a minute, I'd like to tell you just one more story. This one's about me, but it just might be about you, too. While I'm a highly sought-after dating coach featured in international media, if you think I was born that way, let me tell you what really happened. When I turned 30, I was a social, romantic, and dating disaster. You see, I grew up in a conservative Chinese Christian family. No one ever talked to me about dating, and I was never taught how to be social. In fact, I had a 6 p.m. curfew until I was 18, and wasn't even allowed to have a girlfriend until halfway through university. After finishing my first graduate degree, I basically married the first nice Christian girl who came along. She picked me, and I never felt like I had any real options. And it wasn't much of a surprise when everything fell apart just a few years later. And suddenly, I found myself divorced, depressed, and alone. I was a PhD student, and I just locked myself away in my lonely grad student dorm room, eating ramen noodles at my desk every night while other people in the dorm were partying. Even if I could get to the party, I didn't have a clue what to do or say to fit in. So after nursing a beard, I'd just slink back to my little room and feel sorry for my pathetic social life. After several weeks of being in dating and social hell, I decided something. I was going to study the subject just like I did in my rigorous PhD research. I decided I was going to figure out exactly what it was that women truly wanted, and then I was going to devise a system I could teach myself to become the man they were looking for. I figured, how hard could it be and how long could it take? Luckily, I found a few great mentors who were the best of the best at meeting and attracting women, but it still turned out to be more work and to take me almost more time than it took to get my PhD. But eventually, after thousands of hours of anguish and heartache, I finally cracked the code. I understood exactly what women around the world really want in a man, and I was able to teach myself how to show them I had it without changing anything about who I really was as a person, and my life changed overnight. I became almost drunk on my romantic, sexual, and relationship success and started dating a different beautiful woman virtually every night, including a now rather embarrassing number of Asia's hottest women that you might have seen on billboards and in magazines, TV, and movies. And I decided to try to help out all the guys who could use what I'd learned. I started writing weekly dating columns in the national newspaper and appearing on television shows in multiple countries and had my own national radio show. Guys from all over the world wanted to learn everything I knew about how to be successful with women. But this wasn't just something I could teach in an afternoon or package in a book. That's when I realized I was honor-bound to share this gift and organize everything I knew in a step-by-step complete system, walking guys through my process, so I created the most comprehensive, cutting-edge program ever released. The power to charm almost any woman you want. The freedom to pick whether you want a relationship with her, multiple girlfriends, or just a kick-ass social life. And the confidence that draws women to you. And it's not just women, everyone will love you. So you'll never have to feel lonely again. Introducing Limitless, the only online social training course based on cutting-edge scientific research proven over 10 years in 43 different countries with over 1,000 successful clients. What I learned from the Limitless process transformed me from being socially awkward and second-guessing myself all the time. Now, women come to me. Frankly, my biggest problem right now is turning them down because I have too many mouth-watering offers. John C., Singapore. You'll discover the proven step-by-step formula that takes you from being a social zero to being the man with women and cool people. And faster than you ever expected, you will make this formula your own. Finally, the all-in-one program that just works. Even if you think you're too short, skinny, fat, or ugly to get girls. Even if you don't have loads of cash, a flashy car, or a fancy condo. Even if you're overwhelmed with no idea where to start. And yes, especially if you want to invest in yourself, getting the dating and other key social skills that will pay off for a lifetime. Suddenly, your buddies are going to be asking you for advice, and women are going to be asking you why there aren't more men like you. Plus, you won't be learning some rehashed pickup artist material or anything that looks like game. You won't have to wear a furry hat or funny goggles. You won't have to do crazy dance moves or be the hyperactive club kid. Instead, think James Bond, Danny Ocean, or James Dean. Natural, effortless, cool. And once a woman sees him, she can't get him out of her mind. Going through Limitless was the best decision of my life so far. In the past few months of Limitless, I've dated more girls than I have in my entire life. And now I'm happily seeing multiple girls who all know I see other women and are totally cool about it. People at work have remarked how different I seem, and they definitely mean it in a good way. My boss said I've become a lot more confident lately. He wants to take credit for grooming me, but you and I know the real source, Limitless and Dr. David. Thank you, Doc. Ronald M., USA. Limitless was amazing, and not just for getting girls. With the skills I got from the curriculum, I charmed my work colleagues, my bosses, and the secretaries do me special favors. My reviews and ratings have been stellar, and I even got a big raise. I can't thank you enough, Dr. David. My self-confidence at work and in social settings has skyrocketed. Ethan L., Singapore. Back then, I was still conquering a fear of approaching and held many false beliefs about what can or cannot happen. After getting help from Asian Rake David, I was able to meet and then marry a truly wonderful girl, and we've started a family together. David's in-person advice and his writings have helped me develop a model for the type of man I want to be, disciplining me to follow it and set the foundation for my success. Thanks to Asian Rake David, not only did I get better with women, but I also became a superior man. Thank you, David, truly, from the bottom of my heart. Kenneth T., Hong Kong. When I started Limitless, I was a 30-year-old virgin who'd only kissed 5 girls my whole life. A few weeks after finishing Limitless, I had my first ever threesome with 2 girls I met at the club. In fact, because of the effortless approach of Limitless, I almost didn't even lift a finger. They picked me up. Looking back at how much my life has changed these past months, I'm just blown away. I'm a completely different man, a stronger man, in every way possible. I owe you my life, Dr. David. Terrence C., Shanghai. In Limitless, you'll discover the secret reason why some men have success with women without trying, while others struggle and fail. If you're like most guys, you know how much it sucks when it feels like things might never work out for you with a woman you are really interested in, and that you might be forced to settle for someone you're not really into, or no one at all. When we blow it with the woman we like, we usually chalk it up to the little things, because it feels like that's where we made our mistakes. We tend to analyze these things to death. Maybe I should have waited for her to call me, or maybe I should have made a move here, or if only I wouldn't have said that. Well, I never realized it at the time, but there was something much bigger going on in these situations than these little details. Yes, our screw-ups probably were the result of one or more of these mistakes. Maybe we called her at the wrong time or too many times. Maybe we missed our opportunity to make a move, or maybe the wimp slipped out and we said or did the wrong thing. But the real problem here is not the mistakes themselves. Our problem is the reason why we keep on making these mistakes. I'm sure you've noticed how guys who are naturally successful with women don't seem to screw it up very often. It's like they can grab the attention of any woman they choose and keep her interested as long as they want to without needing any techniques or lines to help them do it. But how? How do they know just the right thing to say at just the right time, or when to make a move, or how to keep a woman interested in them in the first place? Some guys just seem to know what to do with women. Why don't we? Isn't attracting women supposed to be a natural thing to do? Our ancestors have been meeting and attracting women for millions of years. If they hadn't, we wouldn't be here. So why have we kept screwing things up? Shouldn't we know this stuff instinctively? What you need to know is the missing piece that's forcing you to screw things up with one woman after another. The question of why some men are naturally bad with women is one I've thought about a lot over the past 10 years. Here's something to think about. What if I were to tell you that guys who are naturals with women have a secret guide inside of them that tells them exactly the right thing to say and do with a woman every time? What if I were to also tell you that, like a compass, this guide is never wrong. It always points them in the right direction, and by following its advice, it's virtually impossible to screw up. Males have possessed this guide for millions of years. Up until the last few hundred years or so, men who didn't have it failed to attract a mate. They didn't reproduce and their genes weren't passed on. These days, thanks to massive increases in population, guys who don't have it may get lucky and reproduce, but it usually isn't with someone that they really want. Of course, guys who do possess it are the guys who end up with the women all of the other guys want. I'm sure you've known or heard of some of these men throughout your life. I'm also sure that you, like me, have wondered why they have it and you don't. I'm sure you also wondered what it is. What is this thing that allows them to attract women so easily? Now, finally, you're about to find out. How modern society has robbed you of your inherent natural ability to attract women. The secret to why some men get more women than they can handle is something you also possess inside of you. The only difference between you and the naturals is that you haven't fully developed it. No one has ever told you what it is and what it's all about. The secret is called masculine magnetism. Let me explain. After I resigned from my university professorship and founded the Aura Dating Academy several years ago, I threw myself into live coaching. I conducted in-field coaching sessions, workshops, seminars, events, boot camps almost every day, each week for over 5 years. In total, I did more live coaching than any other dating coach on earth. And one night, after a marathon 50-hour coaching week, I was kicking back with one of my $25,000 mastermind inner circle members about the challenges and rewards of live coaching, and something very profound occurred to me. Over the thousands of hours coaching countless clients from all over the world, it became obvious to me that these guys had never learned what it meant to be a man. They had no concept of what being a man was about. They didn't understand what differentiated a man from a boy, what qualities women are attracted to in men, or how to develop into a masculine man. A man who possesses that aura of masculinity that magnetically attracts women to him. Then I devoted myself to studying the possible reasons for this. I pored over mountains of research in anthropology, sociology, history, literature, neuroscience, biology, and of course psychology, and found that because we were born relatively recently and in modern societies, times and places without any large-scale wars or calamities, most of us men were deprived of the age-old process of becoming a man. The way it evolved over literally hundreds of thousands of years. We missed the initiations, the challenges, the earning of our manhood. These days, humans are living longer, but we're maturing slower. And instead of growing up and living an enjoyable, mature life, many men end up staying in the adolescent phase of their lives for decades. This stunted growth process leaves us with this empty feeling of anxiety and frustration that you might call the extended childhood syndrome. We grew, but as a result, many of us never really grew up. And because of this, many of us failed to really become men and develop the inherent natural ability to attract women that is part of being a man. I call this phenomenon the crisis of masculinity. When developed, a man's masculine magnetism is like his own internal compass that guides him to success in interactions with women. A man who is missing his masculine magnetism is like a ship trying to sail the ocean with no guidance systems whatsoever. In other words, he is bound for disaster. A woman can easily sense instantly if a man is missing his masculinity. Even if you're able to fool her with lines and techniques, without the right internal guidance, you are bound to slip up and make a mistake that reveals the truth. This is why these little things do count so much with women. When you call one time too many, or miss your chance to make a move, a woman doesn't say to herself, he calls too much, or he's not confident enough. No. What she does do is get the gut feeling that you aren't a real man. And when that happens, the possibility for attraction or a relationship is instantly not an option in her mind, and she can't control it. An inner switch flips inside her and creates an invisible barrier. And even though that process and the barrier are invisible, they are still very real and very obvious to her. Without this issue handled, the only way to get attention from women is becoming a master of pretending to be someone and using techniques to cover up your inability to be who you really are. But as I'm sure you know, soon this deeper problem will cause you to screw things up. The crisis of masculinity is as painful to women as it is to men, and unless you learn how to develop masculine magnetism, you will go on feeling lonely, out of control, and desperate, and nothing you try will fix it. Here's how to become the powerful man you are meant to be and start attracting the women you are meant to be with. Although this may be the first you've heard of all this, I'm guessing that you, like me, have felt like something has been missing from your life for a long time now. That something can't be described very well with words. We know that we should feel a certain way and we want to feel that way. Maybe it's strength or being a protector or having earned the right to be a leader of others. Whatever it is, it's like that nagging feeling that never quite makes it into normal consciousness. It's like the splinter in your mind that Morpheus talks about in the movie The Matrix. One of the greatest challenges as a man is feeling anxiety, frustration, and the inability to get what you want, and to not even know the source of this or the reason for it. What we have known all along is that these feelings hold us back from success with women and in life. feeling that there's something missing, and wanting to fill that void is bad enough. What makes it unbearable is that the one thing that we want at every level more than anything, attention and adoration from women, is tied directly to this particular issue. Now, I'd like to show you how to put all of this behind you, and finally become the man you are meant to be. I've spent the last few years putting together a comprehensive program that is designed to completely expel the boy inside of you from your mind, body, and soul forever, and transform you into the powerful, confident, magnetically masculine man that all women are drawn to. The program is called Limitless, the secret of getting any woman to like you, love you, or do whatever you want her to do. Attract women out of your league, demolish your insecurities, and be cool from the inside out through activating your masculine magnetism. In Limitless, you'll learn what it takes to really be a man, the qualities men possess that naturally attract women, and how to bring out these hidden qualities in yourself quickly and easily. Just as importantly, you'll also learn the qualities that a man lacks, and how to rid yourself of the qualities that are sabotaging your success with women and in life. But most importantly, I'm going to take you through the process of actually becoming a man, showing you how to actually initiate yourself into manhood and unlock your own internal compass that guides you to success in your interactions with women every time. Because I'm not going to give you any canned pickup lines, but you'll know exactly what to say naturally, and it will work every time. While I know this may sound like a lot of work, actually it's not. It's very easy, because it's natural. It just gets you to activate the masculine magnetism that's already there. Introducing Limitless, the only online social training course based on cutting-edge, empirically verified scientific research proved over 10 years in 43 countries with over 1,000 successful clients. Yes, it really works. Yes, over 1,000 guys have put this to work and have changed their lives. Because you'll get these lessons in a 10-week online video course that covers the entire process of becoming amazing with women. You'll learn the exact strategies, frameworks, tactics, and examples of how to meet almost any woman, attract her, escalate sexually with her if you like, turn her into your loving girlfriend if you want, and build a social life full of passion, pleasure, and cool friends. And you won't ever have to act goofy or look like a fool. In fact, no one around you will even think you're doing anything unusual at all. Everything you do will be completely under the radar. Instead, they'll just think you exude cool, because you will be cool from the inside out. How is Limitless different? Limitless is the first online social training system that includes every strategy, technique, and tool to go from a total zero to a complete hero with women. I include every step of the transformation process, from obliterating social anxiety, to sparking attraction, to escalating sexually, to succeeding in relationships, to building a social life you can be proud of, effortlessly and rapidly, all by activating your masculine magnetism. All without having to be a pickup artist or acting silly. Instead, like thousands of successful clients already, you'll find yourself happier, more fulfilled, more centered, more confident. No other program includes coursework tested over 10 years. The exact step-by-step process I've used to bed over 30 women in just 2 months, have threesomes and moresomes, enjoy passionate long-term relationships, and live a flourishing social life. It also comes with an option for live coaching to make sure you get ongoing support. And as you become more advanced, Limitless contains the right strategies to use at just the right time, whether you're just overcoming your social anxiety or looking to garner more sexual experiences, or aiming to succeed in a long-term relationship. Limitless is a proven system based on scientific research. I've invested several thousands of hours doing the research, conducting the field tests, and building the system, so you can save time and avoid the untold pain and anguish. I already spent over 10 years of my life doing this, and now I can share the very best findings to get you the permanent success with women you're looking for in the fastest way possible. This also means I have a ruthless focus on results. I'm not interested in kumbaya self-help bullshit. I want you to find success. That means every single strategy and tactic in Limitless works, because I've tested it and tested it and tested it over 10 years of my own life and with thousands of clients. I'm committed to giving you a helping hand every step of the way. No matter how comprehensive Limitless is, you'll invariably get stuck. It's just natural. The one thing that helped was being able to turn to more experienced people and ask how they handled it. That access is priceless and can literally save you years and tens of thousands of dollars of heartache. Limitless includes a full support community where you can ask questions from other beginners, advanced students with more social experience, and our fully certified staff of dating coaches. Imagine being surrounded by guys who want you to succeed, who are there to cheer you on, and who are eager to share what's working for them. I've also added built-in accountability through specific action steps in every module, benchmarks of when to proceed to the next lesson, and even live webinars in which you can ask your questions and get answers from me personally. Finally, I included the deep psychological lessons of transforming yourself from a guy who's clueless about women to a man who has his pick of beautiful, amazing women. As you become more and more successful, it's not the tactics that'll hold you back, it's the psychology. I break down exactly how you can overcome your deepest insecurities and become your ultra-confident self, activating your masculine magnetism permanently. No other course includes all these helping hands perfectly integrated. And because I'm not going to give you any canned pickup lines, but you'll know exactly what to say naturally, and it will work every time. While I know this may sound like a lot of work, actually it's not. It's very easy, because it's natural. It just gets you to activate the masculine magnetism that's already there in you. With Limitless, you will build the dating and social life you want. If you're interested in getting more dating experience and seeing what it's like to date many different types of women, then Limitless will show you exactly how. If you've decided to go all in and want to have the ability to attract almost any woman you're interested in, enjoy threesomes with hot models, experience a few long-term relationships with amazing women, and look back on your life with no regrets, then Limitless will take you there and be with you every step of the way. And you will learn from someone you trust, not a shady internet marketer posing as a dating coach, or a long-retired or rusty dating coach who is now a full-time internet marketer, but instead a man who has been coaching in-field longer than virtually any current dating expert, and a veteran dating coach with fully international experience who is still constantly coaching in the field almost every day. A man who holds a PhD from a world-renowned university in the US and a former professor at one of the top research universities in Asia. A man who was featured in major national and international newspapers, TV shows, magazines, and even co-hosted his own national radio show. As your dating and social life transforms, I'll still be there to support you, and you'll find Limitless's advanced sections grow more and more useful. Let me give you a sneak peek. Inside Limitless. Limitless includes a beautifully organized set of video courses, vault videos, and audio, worksheets, and a lot of valuable surprises, all recorded and viewable online so you can access it anywhere, anytime. To create the material for Limitless, I dissected every major experience I've ever had with women, the best and worst, well over 10 years in total, and systematically analyzed and set out the entire foolproof system. Approaching attractive women you see on the street, in the mall, in bars and clubs, anywhere. Attract her and get her chasing you, creating a deep connection with her rapidly so she becomes quickly obsessed with you, getting sexual in a smooth and natural manner, and having her become addicted to you, proceeding into the exact type of relationship you want to enjoy with her, developing a social life and lifestyle surrounded by high-value people so that beautiful women seek you out and pursue you. It's interesting that when you go from theory to actually building an incredibly attractive life and personality, you discover subtle nuances that weren't obvious in the beginning. I include the psychological aspects of overcoming rejection, conquering your deepest insecurities, even how to handle becoming too successful with women. Finally, I include benchmarks at every step of the program, so you'll know if you're on track, and if not, exactly what to fix. Module 1. Masculine Magnetism in Attraction. Using the 80-20 rule to get permanent results with women. I know you've heard that women go for confident men, but did you know that it's possible to attract a woman with your confidence alone? Here is a step-by-step formula for becoming one of those rare men who attract stunningly beautiful women with charisma and power instead of techniques and lines. The qualities women are genetically pre-programmed to look for in a man, and how to convey to a woman that you possess these qualities when you first meet her. Show her just a few of these powerful traits and she'll realize instantly that you're a catch that she shouldn't pass up. Every single thing you do or say can increase or decrease attraction. Learn how to always increase attraction and make the most of every communication, action, gesture, and situation. How to use your body and voice to signal a woman's sexual selection mechanism so she always feels that you are her type, even if she has never been attracted to a man like you before. A body language secret that you can use to communicate masculine power and sexual energy simply by walking. A secret signal rock stars send with their body language that makes women crazy for them, and not just during or after a show. This works even if the woman has no clue who they are, and yes, you can use it too. Module 2. Masculine Magnetism in Your Image. Meet women easily and naturally and have them think of you as the hot guy. How to have women talk about you as the guy who's really fun to hang out with. You'll be amazed as they work really hard to prove they're good enough for you, rather than the other way around, which is the case for most men now. Do you ever get that stressed out feeling of needing to constantly impress a woman when you are with her? Here's an easy way to get yourself to relax when you're around a woman you like, so your real personality shines through, and builds her attraction for you without you worrying about it. Ever notice how you can be cool and calm around women that you're not attracted to, but as soon as a truly attractive woman is in front of you, the fear and anxiety comes up all by itself? I'm going to teach you how to keep your head together and confidently avoid sabotaging yourself when you're with a really hot woman. How to come up with killer opening lines on the fly, even if you're a novice at approaching women. A simple exercise that will allow you to skip through the frustration of learning how to approach women and start seeing yourself as a master of meeting women today. Look around and talk about what you see. When you do it the way I'm going to show you, women will be amazed by every word you say. Module 3. Masculine Magnetism in Your Identity. Deep transformation so that girls will love you just for who you are. How to clean up every aspect of your life and create a positive aura around you that makes you stand out from other men. You transformed. One of the biggest and most important things you're going to learn in this program is how to actualize yourself as a better human being. Attracting a total 10 is a nice goal, but improving yourself is where the biggest rewards lay, and once you do this, you'll find that the total 10 women come on their own. When you have a vision to contribute to the world beyond yourself, your life becomes more fulfilling, and you attract higher quality women. Here's how to use your natural talents to find and contribute to a project that inspires you, enriches your life, and makes a positive impact on the world. How to become a master of conflict, so you remain calm no matter how much the people around you are freaking out. This quality lets every woman around you know that you are a leader that can be depended on in a crisis situation, a quality that all women are pre-programmed to look for in a man. A way to use your insecurities in your favor to actually attract women. Module 4, Masculine Magnetism and Mind Control. Attract women fast using secret insights into female psychology. How attractive women think, feel, and experience the world, and how to stack the deck in your favor so they automatically feel attraction for you. A simple step-by-step method for cultivating a secret quality that triggers instant attraction in a woman, often before a guy even opens his mouth. If you've ever wondered how some men seem to be able to get any woman's attention, it's usually because they possess this biological attraction trigger. The hidden link between your upbringing and the fears that are holding you back from attracting women. Whether you're having trouble approaching women, making a move, or satisfying her in the bedroom, everything is somehow connected to your development as a man. I'll show you how to wipe your slate clean of this internal BS and reprogram yourself with mature, masculine confidence that top quality women look for. How to train your mind to learn from your mistakes instead of dwelling on them, so you never again make the same mistake with a woman twice. But more importantly, you aren't stopped when you hit a snag. Instead, you'll be motivated. A secret to stop yourself from becoming intimidated by really beautiful women, so even model beautiful women are no longer out of your league. The best part is when you do this, the woman will see you as one of few men who is in her league as well, and be open and receptive to meeting and dating you. The secret double lives of women. I'll show you my special way of knowing if she's really the angel she claims to be. Module 5, Masculine Magnetism in Conversation. Charm women in conversation anywhere, anytime. A little known technique to continue any conversation for as long as you want, without the crutch of routines, so you'll never run out of things to say in your first date or your 91st date, and every woman will find you interesting whenever you want her to. The 7 secrets to steering conversation in whatever direction you want, whenever you want, at will, so you'll never have to have a boring conversation ever again. How to avoid the top 3 mistakes almost every guy makes that sabotage any chances of success you would have had in meeting women. How to get rid of your approach anxiety forever, so you can approach attractive women with ease and confidence. Module 6, Masculine Magnetism and Flirting. The secret methods to have her chasing you, obsessing over you, and working to attract you. How to develop a rock-solid foundation of self-confidence so you will always be attractive to women, no matter what tests or challenges they throw in your way. How to use laughter, the universal bonding tool, to create a personal connection with a woman the instant you meet her. Why the best way to avoid rejection is to be the one doing the rejecting. Here's a magical concept that opens the doors to having stimulating, funny conversations that ignite attraction and make women chase you. Did you know that when you laugh and what you laugh at is one of the biggest things women use to size you up? I'll share with you my simple system that you can use to let a woman know you're a major catch, with zero work on your part. I can't wait to share it with you. The test women use to disqualify men. How to pass everyone before it comes up by doing just this one thing. Unfortunately, no man ever discovers this on his own and must endure one rejection after another. Module 7, Masculine Magnetism in the Male-Female Polarity. How to make her follow your lead and do what you want when you want. A proven way to keep the power in a relationship with a woman and guarantee that you are in charge and the ball is always in your court. This will also eliminate her desire to play head games with you because she'll fear that if she plays games that she'll lose you. The astonishing secret of master communicators that practically forces a woman to say yes to giving you her email, giving you her phone number, going on a date, or anything else. So easy to learn, you'll use it the night you learn it. An exact word-for-word script to use when you call a woman for the first time that all but guarantees a date with her. 3 simple things you can do to make a woman chase you and work for your attention when you're out on a date. A psychological magic trick that makes a woman feel comfortable coming back to your place the very first time you hang out. Module 8, Masculine Magnetism in Social Reality. Reading her mind and making your male competition work for you so that you always get what you want. The simplest and fastest technique ever developed for reading women and figuring out exactly what you need to do to flip her internal attraction switches. Jedi mind tricks of psychology you can use to blow a woman's mind and make her want you bad within the first 10 minutes of meeting her. How attractive women think, feel, and experience the world, and why you need to get this in order to make them feel attraction for you. Answers to the profound question, how do you make a person want something? How to stop acting needy in the presence of women and instead project a lack of insecurity that women are magnetically attracted to. Specific techniques for directly accessing the deeper, primitive part of women in a way that makes them automatically feel attraction for you. Module 9. Masculine Magnetism and Sexual Escalation. Get to sex when you want and have her addicted to you. Women are actually very attracted to men who are sexually confident. I'm going to teach you a step-by-step method for developing and projecting powerful sexual confidence that women can actually feel when you're near. Do this simple exercise once a day, and women will begin to get turned on just by being around you. The little-known psychological trick that makes women helplessly addicted to you, even when they know exactly what you're doing. How to convey to a woman that you can give her an incredible sexual experience without actually saying anything. How to create powerful sexual tension that turns a woman on and makes her think about you day and night. The way to use sexual body language to turn a woman on without saying a word, even if she's all the way across the room. How to smoothly switch the conversation to the topic of sex and get a woman incredibly turned on. She'll be silently begging you to have your way with her. Module 10. Permanent Masculine Magnetism, Riding Off into the Sunset. The formula of cool. After many years of studying, I finally cracked the code of what exactly makes a guy cool. And in this program, I'm going to share with you the step-by-step system any guy can use to become the type of cool, charismatic man that men talk about and look up to, and women love to be seen with. Hint. Most guys who are trying to be cool are actually projecting the opposite image to women, and women see it instantly. I'll show you the art of how to project this quality called cool in a natural way that will make you feel confident and laid back while you do it. How to tap into your animal instincts and develop a strong masculine presence that makes women notice you instantly. How to project a powerful magnetic confidence to women by seeing them as guests in your reality, as opposed to people whose approval you need. A detailed explanation of the inner beliefs of men who are ultra successful with women, and how to cultivate these beliefs within yourself. Specific guided self-image exercises to improve your self-esteem and confidence with women. Why your reference group, or those who you surround yourself with, will largely determine your success, and how to use this secret to skyrocket your success with women. Full access. Aura University Private Vault. Your Limitless program includes an accompanying private vault, which contains more in-depth video modules packed with advanced strategies, proven tactics, worksheets, and more. You won't find these methods anywhere else because we tested, refined, and in many cases invented them. These vaults contain so much new material, I could have divided them into 5 separate courses, but I included them all in Limitless, so you would have every possible strategy, tactic, framework, and technique at your fingertips. In my 10+ years of experience, plus the several thousand hours of testing, I've encountered virtually every conceivable scenario and question you would run across, because I had them too. So the hours and hours of content-packed videos, audios, tools, and material give you instant access to the answers you'll need in order to tackle any dating or social challenge you could encounter, many times over. Sneak peek, what you'll find inside the fabled Aura University Vault. How to get the hottest girls in your social circle. How to be the guy all the girls want to sleep with, even or especially when she knows you've slept with all her friends already. How to tell stories so that girls become crazy for you and their panties become soaking wet. How to create deep connections with women within the first 10 minutes using these 3 secret tricks so she'll feel like you've been soulmates forever, even though you only just met. How to conquer the most intimidating venues, high-end nightclubs, and have the most high-maintenance girls there fighting each other to get with you. How to get nightclubs to work for you and get free entry, bottles, and table service and be the envy of every guy in there. How to hook up with the girls the very first night you meet. Yes, clients have used these techniques on women they've just met and got into sex with her within the first 10 minutes of meeting her. Get girls while basically just standing at the bar, chilling out and doing nothing. Once you master this, you'll never be bothered to cold approach another girl again, because you'll have such an abundance of sexual opportunities without having to lift a finger. How to have even the most stuck-up women, including top fashion models and movie actresses, kissing up to you, trying to impress you, and working to attract you. Approach any woman you see during the day, whether it's in a shopping mall, cafe, city street, or even a swimming pool, with ease and power, and have her drooling over you, hoping you'll call her again, so she can seduce you. How to have a social circle full of gorgeous, amazing women who all have a crush on you, compete over you, and want to get naked with you. Succeed in long-term relationships and keep the passion alive and growing for years and years. How to turn the women you date into whatever relationship you want, whether it's a fuck buddy, friends with benefits, multiple open relationships, or an exclusive committed relationship. Limitless comes with help every step of the way. You're never alone with Limitless. The system will guide you step by step, but it's natural to have questions as you progress in your success with women. So I built an unrivaled support community that will help you through every step of the way. If you're ever stuck, ask your question and get instant answers from the Limitless community, usually within minutes. You can tap the experience, best strategies, and mental frameworks of students who've worked in dozens of different contexts. Don't know what to say after the opener? Can't figure out how to physically escalate with her on the date? Don't know how to handle when her friends start cock-blocking you? You'll have access to students at all different levels. Beginners who've just started to learn how to make new friends whenever they want. Intermediate students who are learning to meet, attract, and date new women whenever they want. And advanced guys who are managing multiple girlfriends or enjoying passion-filled long-term relationships. What would it mean to have 24/7 access to a group of supportive peers and coaches who want to see you succeed? This program will hold you accountable and keep you moving forward. Is Limitless right for you? I'm extremely selective about whom I allow into my programs because I'm in the enviable position of not needing to appeal to everyone, just the right guys. I'd rather work with a small group of guys who are committed to taking action than a large group of dudes who are looking for the latest magic bullet. Please read this carefully because these rules are ironclad. Limitless is not for you if you're looking for a magic bullet without putting in the challenging work of facing your fears and social anxiety, overcoming your insecurities, and approaching and flirting with beautiful women who intimidate you. You think you're okay already, and you aren't willing to change your views. If you resist new advice, how can I help you? You have an unhealthy attitude towards women, want to get revenge on women, or harbor bitter resentment towards beautiful women, or you're simply looking for motivation and inspiration. I believe the most motivational thing you can do is to get results. So while I'm friendly and supportive, or so I've been told, I'm ultimately concerned with your success, not if you like me. Limitless is right for you if you're ready to invest in yourself and develop your dating intelligence and social skills that will continue to pay off for the rest of your life. You're patient, deliberate, and methodical. You're committed to spending the time to do it right and enjoy lasting success with women, and you know this will not happen overnight. You know that if you put in 5 to 10 hours a week and do the heavy lifting up front, you can enjoy the rewards for decades to come and ultimately for the rest of your life. You're looking for a system, not random tactics. You're emotionally mature enough to weather the ups and downs of transformative growth and progress. Here are some of the results of students who decided Limitless was right for them. Taking Limitless has changed me from a directionless, self-absorbed phony PUA into a person I never dreamt I could be living a life I never knew I could have. Gone are the days of terrible dates with strange women from OkCupid. Gone are the constant pangs of insecurity and self-loathing. Most importantly, I've glimpsed what a life worth living looks like, and that's given me the direction I'd been desperately searching for. Now I wake up in the morning feeling like the world is mine to conquer. I really can't thank you enough, David. Meeting an abundance of new people and as an aura man, charming them, has opened so many doors for me, not just in dating, sex, and love, but even in my social and professional life. Nathan J., Singapore. Well, Doc David, where do I start? It's morning, and a hot girl I just met last night is sleeping in my bed, while another girl I met last weekend is heading over here for some grocery shopping and then cooking me a huge feast. And I've got another hot girl I met 2 nights ago who bought me plane tickets to fly out with her to Phuket for vacation, in a villa she's paid for. I can't believe that just a year ago I was a sobbing wreck of a man who couldn't get over his ex-girlfriend, an ex who wasn't anywhere as hot or wonderful as any of these girls I've been hooking up with every weekend. Dave, you've changed my life and opened my eyes to the possibilities. Cannot thank you enough. Ben M., Malaysia. David, to be honest, this was a heck of a lot of money for me, but it has been the best investment I've made in my whole life, an investment in myself, who I am, as a human being, as a man. I've experienced so much, women, parties, sex, love, as a result of the skills and mindsets I learned in Limitless, and it's changed my reality. I didn't know such a world even existed before. Before Limitless, I had never even kissed a girl in my 30 years of my life. A few months after Limitless, and now I have 3 girlfriends who all know about each other and are cool with it. Sometimes I have to pinch myself to remind myself this is really my life now. Daryl L., Shanghai. When I was considering taking Limitless, I hesitated because I thought what I'd learned would be unethical, that I'd be learning how to manipulate or deceive women. But I'm so relieved and even overjoyed to find that using what I learned in Limitless has actually made all the women I'm involved with happier. And in fact, all the nice guy bullshit I was using wasn't just turning them off, but actually was even more manipulative than coming out and living life honestly, authentically, and intentionally, as you teach. It's been amazing. Now whenever I want to meet a beautiful or what I thought before was an intimidating woman, I just walk up to her, say whatever comes to mind, and boom, we're flirting and hooking up. Amazing. Thank you, Maestro David. Leonard T., Hong Kong. I've also prepared a detailed FAQ to handle practically any question you might have about Limitless. When this video is done, just scroll down the page to find the frequently asked questions I made for you. Yes, you have other options. Limitless has worked with thousands of clients in 43 countries for years and years. What would it cost for you to learn this yourself? I like to be candid with all your options so you're fully informed. Well, you could attend a pickup boot camp. The best ones are taught by friends of mine, and learn just a fraction of what's covered in Limitless while paying over $3,000 just for 2 or 3 days of useless theory and almost no practical experience, and get not even a moment's worth of real support or follow-up once it's over. Or you could keep forking over cash to matchmaking services that charge an arm and a leg to set you up on dates with women you aren't even interested in and who can't even get dates themselves, which is why they're resorting to matchmakers. Or you could try to spend endless amounts of money buying girls drinks, meals, gifts, trips, or whatever else they ask for, only to see them treat you worse and worse and ask for more and more. Look, this is an investment that will repay itself at least 100 times over for the rest of your life. Ask yourself, how much have you spent on things you thought would get you more success with women? I'm not just talking about other dating products, ebooks, or DVD courses. How much did you spend on your bar drinks, bottle service, and club cover last week, the past month, the past year? How about the designer shoes, the tailored suits, or that $10,000 plus watch? How many women came chasing after you because of those? How about that luxury car you bought? How many girls did that get you? If you're like most men, you'll end up spending a minimum of $15,000 over the next year just trying to win over women. Most guys don't realize it because it's spread out over the year. Years from now, when you're looking back, how are you going to feel if you could have been dating incredibly amazing women, looking for the one who would make you truly happy for the rest of your life just by taking a simple walk you through it course? You know what 99% of guys who read these words will end up doing? Nothing. The most haunting choice of all. When I asked my latest batch of Limitless clients how long they'd waited to get this part of their lives handled, some said a year, 3 years, and even more than 5 years. How much longer will we wait? How many excuses will we create? If not now, then when? Not to get depressing here, but most guys don't ever truly find love. They give up and accept being single and lonely. Or they settle for the first girl that shows even the slightest interest, even if they're not all that interested in her. These couples aren't much happier than the lonely single folks and drift through life without ever knowing real passion or true happiness. How are you going to feel if you could have had everything you'd ever dreamed of? All the love, lust, and happiness. And what if you could have done that just by learning an easy, foolproof system? It's hard for a lot of guys to believe, but being the kind of guy women are secretly waiting for to sweep them off their feet is really just about doing a few simple little things right, as I've shown so many guys the techniques, methods, and system in the Limitless program. Now I want to prepare you. If you're looking to spend a couple $100 on some teenager level lessons you're never going to actually use, then this isn't for you. This is a man's program and requires a man's commitment and carries an adult tuition. If you're not serious and aren't willing to commit your time and money to transforming your life and finding true romantic happiness, you should turn off this video right now. Go ahead and go back to surfing the internet looking at girls you only wish were your girlfriend. Okay, if you're still here with me, I want to give you one more bonus. An unbeatable guarantee. Try Limitless for a full 60 days, 100% risk-free. Try the entire Limitless program up to 60 days. If you don't love it, I insist that you get 100% of your money back. Let me tell you exactly why I offer this unbeatable guarantee. During the 10 plus years I spent researching Limitless, I tried all of the best courses in this area, only to find that they regurgitated more and more of the same old, rehashed generic info, focused on stuff that might have only worked for that one coach that one time in that one country. That's not good enough for me, for Aura, or for my clients. That's why I invested over thousands of hours and tens of thousands of dollars of my own money into developing this course, flying around the world, creating all new curriculums, testing them, hiring a top-tier staff, and putting together the best lessons anywhere. And then I tested the whole program from beginning to end with an entire group of students from 43 different countries, some who started as 30-plus-year-old virgins, and some who were already pretty good with women but wanted to take their results to the next level. I know this material works. I only care about developing super high-quality material full of proven strategies, systems, psychological tactics, techniques, methods, and more that you can't find anywhere else. That's why I've been around coaching longer than almost anybody. That's why I've been covered in national and international media all over the world, and that's why I guarantee Limitless. It's simple. Take the course and see for yourself. If it doesn't work, I want you to email me, prove you did the work, and I'll refund you 100%. This guarantee is extended for a full 60 days, which covers almost the entire duration of every module in the program. Try virtually the entire program. If you don't love it, just email me at any time during the program and show me you're doing the exercises and not getting results. I'll refund 100% of your price. You can even keep the bonuses at my expense. By the way, I ask you to show me you've done the exercises because I know how powerful they can be when applied. I have no intention of keeping your money if you're dissatisfied, but I insist that you commit to taking action if you want the results from this program. I've spent tens of thousands of dollars and hours developing the material in here, and I'd love to share it with you if you're ready to use this material to get control over your dating life, women, and relationships, and enjoy the life with women that you want. Which Limitless option is right for you? I've got a few different pricing options for you depending on your level of commitment. Once this video is done, you can scroll down to the bottom of the page and see your different options and decide which is right for you. Keep this page open and you can refer to it whenever you want. Well, until the class is full or the timer hits 0 and the course is closed. One last thing I need to warn you about is the tragedy of mediocrity. You've got to make a really simple choice here. You can do nothing and just stay lonely and single, either striking out with women or just being too afraid to even walk up and talk to them. Or you can take what you've learned here and try to fake being a strong, confident man and hope that she's fool long enough for you to buy her a drink and get her number. You can try this, but I can tell you from experience that even if she doesn't see right through you the moment you open your mouth, the best you can hope for is to wind up another one of her just friends who's stuck buying her gifts and listening to her complain about her boyfriends. Or you can take control of your life, risk nothing, and register for Limitless before the timer's up and join another batch of our ever-increasing number of success stories. Once the timer hits 0, that's it. The course is closed. In order to provide the personal care and attention my students deserve and the material requires, enrollments are severely limited, and once they're filled, no additional students can join. We might even have to close the course before the timer is up, so act now and never have to worry about the haunting opportunities that pass us by. It's time to make a decision. Limitless is closing soon. I don't know when I'll reopen it, and when I do, I'll likely increase the price. If you're ready to invest in yourself and get your dating and love life handled, don't wait for someday. Don't wait for the magic day when you suddenly have time or your dream girl falls from the sky. You have the proof that Limitless works. You've seen results from guys from all walks of life, from 18 to 57 years old, from all over the world, from Singapore to New York to everywhere in between, from guys just like you. If not now, then when? If not this course, then is there anything that will really change your mind? The decision is up to you. As always, a year from now, you're going to be a year older. Will you be living the life you want? Do yourself a favor, get it done, get it handled. This is David, signing out. See you on the other side, my man.